Fighting Vipers.
Hey guys,
Oh, that's a good intro, Nick.
Welcome back to Mom. Can I have another $1? Yeah, that was definitely me introducing Fighting Vipers 2, because I totally remembered what we were
like
playing.
the ominous Sega sound, the sound that happens when Sega is near. It sounds like a jail cell clanging shut.
Well,
Very appropriate.
I'm gonna put coins
We are
in, and I'm gonna be
we're
the
in
guy
Sega jail.
with the fucking bicycle on his back.
Hi, all. I thought this was a fighting game. Why is it a Tony Hawk?
It is a Tony Hawk fighting game. Oh, what? Wouldn't that be fucking rad though?
Well,
No.
this would be Matt Hoffman's fighting game.
Oh yeah. I
Maybe
think
it's Matt Hoffman and Tony Hawk, like a Super Smash Brothers type.
didn't he die?
He killed himself, yeah.
Oh.
Matt Hoffman and Tony
Whoa.
Hawk at the 2020 Winter Olympics.
I like how you had to correct me. You're like, no. He not only did he die, but he killed himself. It's like
Yeah.
shit, dude.
Comedy canceled.
Well, it's one of those things. Like I was at least moderately familiar with who the guy was, through friends who were more into bikes than skateboarding. So I was aware of some of his antics. So I had like a mild
that.
sadness.
Listen to that. Listen to that. Listen to fucking Nick, Mr. 90s ambassador over here. It's like, well, half my friends were into skateboards, the other half were into BMX bikes. All of them ate shit in front of me at some point.
Was he the one that made the Triple X game?
What the fuck?
Well, Kyle, I think you're thinking of the Japanese that made the hentai games.
Honk.
What?
That didn't even sound like you.
It sounds
joke.
like you have some
got a
manner
soundboard.
of varmint in the home.
That's not strictly wrong. You're coming from Trouble Planet Live for the latest Plague Sesh, and look what we've been reduced to, playing Bicycle Fuckers 12 on Sega Saturn or whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We could pretty much all be considered vermin on a technical level.
Well, let's be honest here. The only reason that we have to have Keith not at my house is because right now Florida is open. I'm doing air quotes right now. But really, it's completely on fire at the moment.
If it's technically open, that's the best kind of open.
Right,
So
but
it's open in the sense of an open marriage where one partner is just too
Yeah.
cowardly to say anything
Exactly.
about it.
yeah,
So
we're-
who's the too cowardly? The one that doesn't avail himself of the open market or the one that does? And geez, Nick, I was just going to say it's open in the sense that a $2 bill is legal tender. Like you can use it, but everyone's going to look at you like, what the
well,
fuck are you
Keith, I was
doing
about
to me?
I was about to get you in trouble. The reason why we have to be not co-located is because Keith decided, oh hey, the virus is coming back hardcore. I'm gonna go to fucking Miami and the Florida Keys, which are the worst places to go at the moment. Miami has like
Miami, more like your Amy.
Yep. But no, because of that, so Caitlin's like, hey, Keith's not allowed in the house, and I'm like, oh, Keith got us all punished.
Yeah.
Hey, you
We
know.
are-
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You immolated that man after you
It's a woman.
took him into the fires. Hey, look, that's what life did to my vacation plans.
Yeah.
Kicked it straight to the bars. into
I
the
just
flame.
want to rebut a little bit, Keith. I think my analogy makes a little bit more sense because one party is being cuckolded and is just looking out on the world and saying, yeah, no, it's fine. No, we talked about it. It's fine.
Am I cuckolding Trouble Planet with the Florida Keys? Who's getting cuckolded?
Yeah,
Florida itself is the cuckold.
that's right.
Ah.
Oh, that's what the analogy was. He was getting.
Yeah.
at.
Oh, I get it. I'm seeing the logic now. Does anyone else hear that fucking
Yeah,
helicopter?
like George is fucking his wife, and he says, "That's okay. We talked about this. It's
I can't
an
wait till I
open
knock
door."
her out of the fucking side of this into this skyscraper.
I don't know that anything is really going to beat kicking a woman in what looked like ski boots, because those weren't even roller skates. But kicking a woman in ski boots through a weird fence in a cage match into a burning Wild West town setup.
Swoon.
Well, we're either
Yeah.
in
The set
Seattle.
of that show where they tried to make the kids build their own western town. Maybe
Oh.
she landed on that redheaded kid.
We're either in Seattle or in Toronto. I can't tell because there's like a Space Needle looking thing in the background. way off. in the
Seems like
distance.
you're on top of the Space Needle thing. It's rotating constantly.
I think a helicopter's carrying us.
Or maybe you're on a construction crane.
I know it won't happen probably, but if you kick someone out the cage and they land in an episode of Seinfeld, that'd be great.
Yep, there you go.
Happened again, Jerry. It never fails. An anime Maid fairy was kicked off a skyscraper and landed directly on my car. Where else?
Kramer's freaking out. And he bursts through the door, but he's got like a huge shiner, and he's got to explain, you got to help me move a body.
Could you imagine?
At
if,
least your insurance will take care of it.
I don't have insurance for fallen anime Maid fairies.
Oh, you always get the Maid Fairy insurance.
I never get the Maid fairy insurance.
Could
I
you
always gamble on that, and I always lose.
Could you
Oh,
imagine?
yeah,
If,
and the phrase "Maid Fairy Insurance" gets said until I vomit.
Water
From
cooler quote
repetition.
humor for the next 5 years. Mary Fade insurance. Oh, those guys. No soup for you, am I right? Oh, yeah. Mary Fade insurance.
I forgot that Nick doesn't like Seinfeld.
I do not like Seinfeld.
It's very-
Nobody likes Seinfeld. Seinfeld just happens to you.
It's so I was actually watching, rewatching King of the Hill, and I forgot that like King of the Hill is obviously Arlen is not a real town, but a lot of it is based off of real world shit. Like the first episode or so, like they're talking constantly about Seinfeld, as a matter of fact, and it's just interesting to see that like shows mostly don't do that. Like The Simpsons don't normally in the beginning have much real world stuff in it, and then obviously after a point they're like, what the fuck do we do like with fake shit anymore? How do we make anything?
Nick,
Sure.
you're 1,000 miles away, but I'm making direct eye contact with you and mouthing silently, "What the fuck?" And you see it.
Oh, well, yeah, I know you're making your what the fuck face.
Kyle, what are you saying that a TV show is not allowed to acknowledge the existence of other fictional TV shows?
Well,
That's
they don't
a bald-faced
normally.
lie. What?
Yeah, no,
Well,
like
fucking Rick and Morty had a whole bit about the dad being in Cloud Atlas. Or
yeah,
whatever.
but Rick and Morty is meta as fuck.
I think what he's saying, the entire point of this story was The Simpsons used to do all fake stuff, but then King of the Hill mentioned Seinfeld once.
And then they started doing like Whataburger. They started doing like Whataburger and like real places. Like at some point they're like, hey, the fiction is no longer
They're
easy
just
to do.
doing Texan references, son.
Well, they have
takes place in
Megalomart.
Texas.
They could have had
That's
Walmart.
not real. Well, no. They probably wanted HEB, but maybe the big HEB would have come and killed them all.
Right, that's the point I'm trying to say, dude. I'm trying to say, like, at some point, they were like, oh, whatever, the fiction's boring. Let's not bother with it anymore. Let's just,
Well, maybe they didn't want to put a real brand as Megalomart because Megalomart is often an antagonistic, disquieting presence.
Yeah, or just in general,
shit.
all this shit was done for sponsorship purposes, or,
Yeah, I mean, you can circumvent
Rights.
copyright shit in comedy a lot where you can't
Yeah.
otherwise. And the only time they mention Whataburger is as Bobby's go-to
Yeah, to
fat
bribe
kid
him.
distraction zone when they have to tell him his dog died or something.
Yeah. No, it's true, though. They bring him to Whataburger pretty frequently.
Let's
Yeah,
go
so-
to Whataburger. Bobby Connie's got her period.
jeez.
Oh, God, I want the toy. I want the toy version of the meal.
Jeez. But yeah, either for whatever I just said, product placement or over rights issues, they either mention real things or they don't.
And
Right.
that is the most we've ever talked about the concept of them referencing Seinfeld in the pilot episode of King of the Hill.
That's the most we've ever talked about money exchanging hands in
In a
order to
non-prostitution
use
context.
in order to use an image in the context of our show.
I think that's honestly the most we've ever talked about King of the Hill. That wasn't something we fucking made up about it.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, no matter how much I want to pretend the thing that Keith just said about Connie being on her period, so they hide out in Whataburger.
No, that's true. That's actually
as
what
much
happened.
as I want to believe that he made that one up, yeah.
Because the whole thing
It's
was
not
like,
macabre enough to be one of mine. No one turns
Yeah.
into a totem pole or nothing,
Yeah, and it's perfect because
Hank would have like brandished a tiki statue and said, "A period, that has something to do with this, doesn't it?" And then it's like there's a curse, you know. I don't know. It's Weird Hill is canceled, just like Real Hill.
yeah. Well,
Oh no, it's just on hiatus because we can't talk about it all the time.
No, we've moved on to Doug.
It had to get out of the way for Fear and Loathing in Bluffington.
Oh my God! I destroyed
my
a
brand new
dinosaur.
favorite by a country mile, man.
But you know, Kyle, our very program frequently references things that really exist and things that don't. Like we talk about King of the Hill, and we talk about you, and
See,
you're not real.
Here's the difference, Keith. We're not a fictional universe. So
Yes, we are.
Well, I wouldn't say that we are real people either.
Yeah, we're closer to being cartoon characters
But
than the cast of King of the
you
Hill.
can
We're less
accidentally-
believable.
if the world wasn't in the state it was right now, you could accidentally discover us in real life if you happen to be in the same location. Unlike
It would be an accident no matter what the circumstances, too.
King of the Hill, like you can't ever just accidentally find King Hill somehow in real life.
Yes, you can. Flipping through the cable, you land on FX. Boy, oh boy, there's going to be some King of the Hill on there. So, well, if TV is the same as it was circa 2008, I guess. I don't know how it works anymore. Adult Swim still plays it, right? Like and subscribe.
You
if
can't
like.
accidentally
Right.
rear end Hank's truck
Yeah.
at a red light.
It's like Cool World, except you keep disappearing into Arlen, Texas. But the cartoons still want to fuck you to turn real. But it's like
well,
it's Hank. It's the villain from Roger Rabbit, but it's just Hank.
Hank's eyes bug out and he's melting cartoons in a vat in his backyard.
That's a clean burning
Well-
poo, and I tell you what.
Yeah!